All right, welcome back to the Elias Macco Show. Let's talk politics. David Heurtel is so kind to fill us in with an extra segment every couple of weeks. Today, we have a lot to talk about. David, welcome back to the show.
Always a pleasure.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about Nicolas Tétrault, the businessman. He was on this program at 10 o'clock today, and he's someone that voted oui in 1995. He ran for the PQ in a different life. And boy, he comes on today and says, I'm in the West Island, I got my Italian wife, things change, I believe in Canada. He waxed poetic about how much he loves Canada. Have a listen here, and he talks about politics and how politics is being done in this province. Have a listen to a snippet of that interview.
If you look historically, the Liberal Party of Quebec before Mrs. Anglade was more right to center, was more for individual freedoms, protecting respecting the Charter of Freedom and Rights and our civil liberties. And the Conservative Party of Quebec is like a reform Liberal Party. If you think about it, remove maybe 10-15% of the craziness in it. There's a way to, I think, I know I should not have talked about it, but honestly, I've had these discussions with them. Yeah. But the first things, I need to win this leadership race. Yeah. Does the Liberal Party of Quebec need the Conservative Party of Quebec? Absolutely not. I think it's more reverse. But if for, on dit en français, l'espace d'un moment, just for one term, if we can try to bring the forces of change together to implement a solid change, not a cosmetic change, then it will be able for everybody to dream of better days.
So, David, you're there, even broaching the subject of some sort of alliance with Éric Duhem and the Conservatives. I'm all for outsiders. Maybe he's just too outsider here. David, what's your take on Nicolas Tétrault?
I never heard of him until a couple of days ago, and so I checked him out. And first of all, I'm not too sure about his interpretation of where we were back in 2013, 2014. I don't think we were the Conservative Party of Quebec without the crazy. I think it was much more balanced than that, and there were some that federally would vote Conservative, others that that federally would vote Liberal. It was a vast coalition. The guy actually on his Facebook page posted an article that is titled, global warming and climate change does not exist.
Okay.
So
there you go.
That's and I can tell you right away without any shadow of a doubt that has nothing to do with the Liberal Party of Quebec.
Yeah.
And so by his own admission in previous posts and comments that he's made in the past, he's a big conspiracy theory advocate or follower. He enjoys that whole universe, and so he's an enthusiast. That's how I'll call him. And so I don't see it. Even Marc Tanguay, I don't know if you saw that, Elias. Marc Tanguay, when asked about this, the interim leader of the Liberal Party, his response was, in our leadership race rules, there is a clause where the organizing committee of the leadership race has the right to exclude anybody for what they call serious reasons. So there's always that escape. So when you have the interim leader that's already saying, this guy may not be for us, that already says a lot. So, he's getting his 15 seconds or 15 minutes of fame, whatever you want to look at it, but even Éric Duhem is not open to what this guy is proposing.
All right, so you got to get invited to the dance in order to dance, and it seems like the Liberals may keep him out of the ballroom. Okay, let's talk about a guy who is definitely invited to the party, and that's Denis Coderre. Boy, is he ever good at getting his name in the headlines. Okay, so the Journal de Montréal this morning is pushing back against the rise of Paul Saint-Pierre Plamondon, the PQ. He's launching his Non Merci campaign today, which harkens back to the No campaign during the 1980 referendum. He on the record as well this morning saying he's in favor of the ban on religious symbols. So that's an interesting thing. And listen to this, right? He also takes aim, like Nicolas Tétrault this morning, he takes aim at the party in the sense that he says the Quebec Liberals have gone too far to the left, and he said you can't distribute wealth wealth if you don't create it first. Shots fired, David.
Yeah.
Don't you say?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think he's again, you said it. Nobody will doubt how good. This is one of Denis Coderre's all-time great strengths, which is how to promote himself, but also how to be in the media and how to position himself. That's always been one of his great attributes. Now, about what he's saying about the party, I mean, look, and to oppose this to Nicolas Tétrault, the Liberal Party of Quebec has always positioned itself really traditionally, when it's won power, as a centrist party. And the best way I can illustrate that is the Robert Bourassa years. There was this saying, right? We have our heart to the left, but our pocketbook is in the right pocket. And so that was in the olden days. It was sort of like we're a social democratic party, and that was the middle, right? And I think that's what Denis Coderre is trying to do. But what's really smart, I think, about what he's talking about, he's going where the middle is, where the silent majority is on a lot of these issues, and especially on federalism. I mean, when you look at where the votes are, when we took power in 2014, Elias, the Liberals won with 42% of the vote. Now the Liberals are down to, 15%?
Yep.
Where is that vote? That vote, there's a bit of it parked at the CAQ. There's a bit of it with actually the Quebec Solidaire vote, because as we know, over 60% of the Quebec Solidaire vote is Federalist. And there's even a quarter of the PQ vote right now that is Federalist.
Yep.
So what he's saying to everybody, he's saying, okay, come back home. And I think, yes, on certain social issues, he's talking to the regions and saying, look, I mean, there's certain issues where I will not, be far left, because he knows also that equates to where the Liberal Party of Canada is in the polls in Quebec. And so he can read polls. He's very astute at that. And so he's targeting his message to where he can reach as many voters possible to try to bring them back to the Liberal Party.
David, listen, with all these names saying they're running, you're running out of time. You have to do something here now, David.
I'm not running for the Quebec Liberal Party leadership.
Okay.
I'm really not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Well, and of course, if you were, you got to announce it any day now, it seems.
Yeah, I would have to announce it. Well, I think I still have time, right? The thing doesn't happen until, the spring of 25?
I know, it's such a long wait.
I mean, that's eons in political terms. So, I mean, I theoretically, I would still have time, but that's not something I'm interested in right now. I couldn't speak with you every other week.
I know. And then also you couldn't get to consider running for mayor. I mean, there's all types of things in play. David, be well. Thanks again.
You too, sir.
We'll catch up on Monday when you're on the Big Five. That's David Heurtel right there.